Hello and welcome to WTF, where we help you transform food in your kitchen. I'm Janie.
I'm Roman.
And on this channel, we talk about unique ingredients, techniques, and show you new recipes for your kitchen. And today we are really excited to talk about, this is a customer request, and someone has said, hey, you've been doing a lot of dry age lately. Have you tried smoking any of it? And we said, no, we haven't, but we are definitely going to do it now because it sounds amazing. Roman, do you want to talk a little bit about what we dry aged and what we were smoking?
All right, so we got the request to dry age, actually both brisket, which is probably one of my favorite meats also. So this was going to be a really, really fun experiment. We got two briskets here, as you can see. One has the pellicle and one doesn't. My major concern with doing the brisket this way after the umai bag was that were we going to be able to get that smoke to penetrate inside of the brisket, and that was my main concern. As I was cooking it, the smells, I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be really good if it works as it should. Mm-hmm. So I think we should just cut right into this and taste it.
Yeah, so the brisket that we smoked, we had dry aged it for 45 days in our umai bag, which is wonderful because it allows you to dry age inside your refrigerator.
Yep.
And my concern was, I wonder if smoking and dry aging is too much of a good thing. So we always like to have our hypothesis before we start a test, and we say, what do we think is going to happen?
Right.
So I'm concerned that the wonderful smoky flavor and all the umami and enzymes from the dry aging are going to just overwhelm each other. Right. And it won't be as good as one or the other. So we're going to see. All right. So what you said, we have some we did with pellicle and some without. What are we looking at right here?
This one right here is without the pellicle. Mm-hmm. So and then this one is with the pellicle. So I say let's cut into the one with the pellicle first, and then we'll go into the other one. So.
Okay. And as you're cutting, can you explain for maybe people checking in for the first time, what is the pellicle?
So the pellicle is that hard exterior that forms on your meat when you're dry aging it. It actually helps protect the inside of the meat. So let's get this is our thickest part, so I'm going to cut through that.
By the way, it smells incredible in here right now. All right, that looks delicious. It looks super juicy. Oh my God.
Yeah, it does. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just cut that pellicle off of here. Mm-hmm. All right.
So the pellicle, by the way, if you have something that's as good as this, if you're cutting it off first, you don't have to throw it away. You can ground that up into your burgers. Yep. It's still perfectly edible. It's just kind of hard for eating by itself. Although I'm kind of tempted to try a little piece as Roman's cutting into it just to see.
All right, so there's yours, tester. Okay.
It looks amazing. It looks
does.
so...
It smells great.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go right for it. It's really good.
It is really good. Very tender. Smoke is light, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I'm getting a light, and I'm wondering if having the pellicle on there is keeping the smoke from really penetrating into the brisket.
Yeah, I'm getting light smoke flavor. The brisket's super
the brisket
fatty,
is very good.
But you can definitely taste that dry aged flavor in here.
The
so
umai, it's got that umai flavor.
Yeah, it's got that aftertaste.
Light blue cheese.
It's really, really good. All right, I want to try a piece of the pellicle before you cut into this one.
Okay,
just because the pellicle itself also looks good.
Yeah, it does actually.
So if it's not super leathery, I'll eat it.
All right.
Okay. It's hard, but it's still delicious.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't eat it on its own, though.
No, there's a little bit of effort for me to break that pellicle down.
All right.
But
I just wanted to try it.
It's not a bad snack. It's not a bad snack. Let's get that over here. All right, so now we're going to cut right into the one that we cut the pellicle off of and smoke. So we're going to see.
Yeah, my dog's going to love eating that pellicle later.
There's a huge difference. Ooh, juicy. Looks just as nice as the other one, as you can see from that angle. And we're just going to cut ourselves. We're going to do an even piece, so a little bit of fat in there.
Yeah, and you got a fatty piece of brisket. It's all fat.
I love it. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right. I'm going to go with the slightly less fat.
Okay. I would say smoke is the same.
Yeah.
if it was me. I'm not getting that overwhelming smoke flavor to it. Very similar to the one with the pellicle. So I don't think, honestly, I don't think there's a difference in pellicle, sans pellicle, whether you're going to get that smoke. You do get it, but not as much as I thought there would be a difference.
Yep, I have to agree. And so these ones we smoked for about, what, 4 hours, 4.5 hours,
yep, 4.5
depending,
hours.
based on the weight.
Of course.
This one I feel like is a little bit juicier, and I don't know if it's like because it's fattier, but
maybe I'm not. Yeah, that's weird because I would think that the one with the pellicle would be juicier because that hard exterior would hold in some of that that juiciness. I don't know. Maybe that's just like a myth of cooking because they do say if you sear your steak, it'll hold the juices, which is proven to be false. So maybe that's the case in this. I couldn't really tell you exactly why. One is juicier than the other, except for maybe the cut is a little thicker than the other one. So maybe that's where we're getting it.
I mean, this is delicious. So we actually had not eaten any of this before. This is the first time we're eating it on camera. So honest opinion, Roman, do you think it's worth it to dry age and smoke a piece of meat?
To be totally honest with you, I would probably not, just for me, because if I'm going to smoke a brisket, I'm smoking it, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that really smoky flavor, and if I want to dry age a brisket, I'm just looking for that dry age flavor. It's tough because I do enjoy the that umami flavor from the brisket, but I'm not getting enough smoke, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Nope.
And so that's big part of it is I want the smoke. I want both, actually. I want smoky and I want umami. And I'm not just getting enough smoke here. I'm getting good umami flavor, but not enough smoke. So for me, I wouldn't probably do it again.
I would kind of tend to agree. I actually thought because we had dry aged it for 45 instead of usually we'll go for about like 30.
Yep.
I actually expected a deeper dry aged flavor out of this. So I think I'm going to agree with you. I think both smoking and dry aging are fantastic techniques.
Yep, separately, probably?
Yeah, separately, but like combining them, for the amount of effort that you're putting into it, I would say I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I would say
but this is still delicious, and we are still going to eat it.
Exactly. It's still good. It's still good. I'm not trying to deter you guys. I mean, it might be an experiment that you want to do on your own and go for it. But as for me, as the experiment has been done, I probably wouldn't go ahead and do it again.
Yeah.
That's all.
So hopefully, if you've been wondering whether you should smoke and dry age all at the same time, this video was a little insight into what happens when you do that. Let us know in the comments below if there's anything else you would like to see us try here in the test kitchen. And remember, subscribe, like, and ring the notification button so that other people can also see what funky experiments can yield here in the test kitchen. And until next week, I'm Janie.
And I'm Roman. Give you a nice little view of that.
Okay. Actually,
All
while
right.
you're on that pause, there's something shaking on this table, and I don't know what it is. Like, as you're cutting, it's rattling.
Oh, it is kind of rattling.
Yeah, and it's really loud. All right, that's better.
Yeah,
okay, all right, there we go. It was driving me crazy.
All
I was
right.
like, oh my God, all I could hear is click, 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 click.